Bad news, Canada enters recession. They're saying technical recession. Just call it recession. Call it what it is.
Good morning and welcome to CTV News Channel this Friday morning. I'm Akshay Tandon. We make a start with some breaking news. The Canadian economy has slipped into a technical recession according to new data from Statistics Canada. Economic growth stalled in the first quarter and real gross domestic product was slightly negative on an annualized basis according to the new numbers released within the last hour. The agency mainly blames higher imports of gold and a weak month for Canada's resource extraction industries in March for dragging down recent economic activity. Real GDP has now declined for 2 consecutive quarters, which meets the definition of a technical recession, although the data paints a mixed picture of the economy.
I wonder why the resource
Extraction
sector is
industry
having problems. Maybe it's the constant rhetoric that it's bad.
The agency mainly blames higher imports of gold and a weak month for Canada's resource extraction industries in March for dragging down recent economic activity. Real GDP
Imports of gold leading to a recession? That sounds like a massive reach to me. Okay, Pierre Poilievre smartly is capitalizing on this bad economic news. Obviously, bad news for Canada. You would think, though, it would be good news for the CPC politically. We will see what Pierre can do with it. I'll play this video here. I think part of what he said at the beginning gets cut off, but...
Leader in the G7 to have plunged his economy into recession.
Yeah, I'm assuming he says Mark Carney is the only leader in the G7 to plunge his economy into recession. Probably what he said.
He's been Prime Minister for 4 quarters now. The economy has shrunk in 3 of those quarters. He's the only G7 leader who can say that.
It's such a failure.
The economy is smaller today than when Mark Carney became Prime Minister a year ago.
Wow.
He's the only G7 leader who can say that.
Wow again.
He's been, Mark Carney will like to make excuses today. But let me ask
I
him
agree, he probably will. I'm going to play this exchange now from Pierre and a reporter at this same press appearance.
In Q3 2025, the economy grew at an annualized rate by 2.6%. We have economists saying that today's numbers are so nominal they could be forecasted away and revised away. So aren't you jumping the gun a little bit, calling this a full-blown recession?
Oh my gosh. The propaganda. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right. So I know that there's a lot of excuses being made for Mark Carney today, and I'm not surprised. By the way, which outlet are you with?
The Hill Times. Is 2.6% economy growth an excuse, or is that just the numbers?
It's actually, there's no 2.6% economic growth. The economy, if I could, sorry.
Who is this reporter? What an asshole.
So you're having to go back? How many quarters are you having to go back now?
2 quarters.
So you're having to go back. Okay, so let's get this straight. There's been 4 quarters since Mark Carney became Prime Minister. The economy shrunk in 3 of those 4 quarters. Canada is the only G7 country for which that is the case. There's now been an entire year of Mark Carney that is recorded in economic data, and the GDP is smaller today than when he took office. That is only true of Canada among G7 countries. And now there are 2 back-to-back quarters where the economy shrunk, which is the literal definition of a recession.
It is. It's a recession. It's not a technical recession. We are in a recession.
Canada, and by the way, it's not just that our economy is shrinking quarter after quarter. It's that we have the 2nd highest unemployment in the G7. You think that the 120,000 people that lost their jobs since the beginning of this year call this just a technical recession? No, they call this real job loss. And then you have the delinquency rate that is up 32% year over year at 17-year highs. We have the highest household debt of any country in the G7, the worst housing costs of any country in the G7. For most of the last year, the worst food price inflation of any country in the G7. So yes, you are making excuses and trying to hide from the reality that Mark Carney has given Canada the worst economy in the G7. And it's time to stop making excuses, not for political reasons. It's time to stop making those excuses because this is people's lives. Behind these statistics are empty stomachs, empty fridges, and empty bank accounts. Behind these numbers are 120,000 people who have come home to their kids saying, we can't have you registered for hockey this year. We have to sell our home. I don't know what we're going to do. That is the reality of Mark Carney's economy, and it's trying to stop covering it up with illusions.
Exactly. That reporter is out of his mind. That reporter, was, at least in this exchange, was nuts. Sadly, I predict the recession will continue into the future. Canada has the most warped priorities. We're the only country doing some of this stuff. This is Mark Carney a few months ago.
And to your point on climate commitments, are you at all considering repealing either the tanker ban or the emissions cap? Yes or no?
We should repeal all of this stuff today. What are we doing? We're just putting ourselves into misery. The wait times for healthcare in this country are a nightmare. That would improve if we had a better economy. There's so many things that would improve, but we care about the dumbest shit in Canada.
It depends, Rachel, and it does, because this is not, in order to satisfy all those conditions.
This is a genius economist. That's the easiest question. Just get rid of all that stuff. Let's build, let's prioritize economic growth. This guy's supposed to be a genius. It depends.
It depends on what's done. What this government is interested in is in results, not objectives. We want to see results. We want to see lower carbon conventional energy, lower carbon mining, lower carbon manufacturing, because that is going to be a driver of competitiveness. It is also going to help us achieve our climate commitments, but most fundamentally, it's going to make our businesses more competitive.
It's such gaslighting. It doesn't make us more competitive. It makes us less competitive. It's ridiculous.
With respect to conventional energy projects, including pipelines, it is absolutely clear. All our discussions with proponents, all our discussions with the province of Alberta, for example, include material carbon capture and storage alongside conventional energy projects. These are very constructive discussions. They're very focused on outcomes, as I say, both from the province of Alberta, Premier Smith herself, myself and our government, and we're working to move that forward at pace.
It's so ridiculous. It's like a hockey team giving the other team a free goal and then trying to say, this makes us more competitive. It's the opposite. Putting all these stupid caps on our industry just handicaps the country. It's so obvious. I think one of the questions is, will this even hurt Mark Carney's poll numbers? I bet no. There's so many Carney meat riders out there, like this guy who calls himself a centrist. He talks about that exchange I showed with Poilievre and that reporter being rude. LOL, how not Trumpian. Cool, bro. He also says, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the trade war. Talking about Poilievre, speaking about the recession. There's no trade war, okay? America tariffed so many countries. So many major countries got tariffs from America. Wake up, Canada. It wasn't just us, okay? So I'll finish my video here. One quick point also. I bet you if a Democrat wins the White House, they'll keep many of the tariffs on. This fantasy that, oh, if a Democrat gets in there, everything's going to change for the benefit of Canada. Why? There's so many. I'm not going to get into that right now, but thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Have a great day.